Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So, if you're somebody who can find meditation to be challenging at times, then this video is for you because I'm talking about how to make meditation on easy mode. A lot of times, the reason that meditation is so difficult actually comes down to two things. And this isn't a matter of a hack or some sort of shortcut. These two methods are actually very much aligned with meditation philosophy, which is practicing non judgment and realigning our expectations. I find when we focus on these two areas, not only does meditation get much easier, but it helps you develop a sense of gratitude for your practice. And more importantly than anything, it helps you be consistent because it's with consistency that everything can begin to change. It's with consistency that we can learn to get in a meditative state much quicker. And when we get into that meditative state, we could find ourselves going deeper and deeper into the silence that comes with meditation, that comes from that pure space of just being, where we're very much separated from the thinking and the chatter and the distractions that are constantly running in either the foreground or the background of our minds. So when I speak about having proper expectations, what I mean by that is a lot of times people want to have a certain type of experience through their meditation. They want to have something that could be transformative. They want to have something that could be very deep, or some type of download that's very heavy, but it's not always going to be the case. When you meditate, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it may feel superficial and sometimes it won't. Sometimes you'll find that you had a great practice and you feel very good afterwards. And sometimes it may feel as if you were just sitting down, closing your eyes and, breathing for a few minutes. But either way it goes, that's going to be the practice that we have. We have to learn to accept the practice that we have instead about thinking about the practice that we wish we had. I heard a quote when it comes to people who take psychedelics, right? A lot of times people will take psychedelics and they'll think that they get to dictate the type of experience that they're going to have, whether it's a good trip or a bad trip or a very heavy experience. But what they say is that you don't get the one that you want, you get the one that you need. And meditation is very similar. It may not always give you exactly what you want, but your practice is going to have ebbs and flows. And that's just going to be part of the process. So when we learn not to have these high expectations on what we're going to experience, then it allows us to just go with the flow much easier. And the other area in regards to expectations, and I believe this is a big one, is how long you can meditate for comfortably. When I first started doing research on meditation, I would hear everything from 20 minutes twice a day. I would read biographies of people who would meditate for hours on end. And so the aspirational part of me would think that this is the objective. I need to sit down and find a way to fit in with these amazing people. And I would try to meditate for as long as possible. And when I wasn't able to do that, it would cause frustration. I would think I'm not doing something right, or I could do better. And that would just somewhat detour me from being consistent. So we really have to let that portion go. When we don't have expectations for what type of experience we're supposed to have, or how long we're supposed to be meditating with every practice, then we could allow ourselves to just be. Sometimes you don't have the bandwidth to do so many different types of things. If you're busy working, if you have a family, you really just have to do what you can when you can. And that's a consistent theme that I've learned for myself and I've learned from other people. It's not about holding up to somebody else's standards. It's really just about doing what you can when you can and trying to be as consistent as possible. So think about the expectations that you may have and think about how you could still have those as goals, but you're not allowing that to impede your progress. The other area that I think is very important to always be cognizant of is judging your practice. When you judge your practice, and a lot of this will bleed over from what I said in terms of expectations, but when you judge your practice ultimately as something that was good or something that was bad, then you're always going to set yourself up for failure because you don't know what experience you're supposed to have from that meditative practice. A lot of times, what you're judging as bad is based on the experience that you were hoping to have or the experience that you were wishing to have. But you have to focus on being consistent above everything else. A personal example for me is I know a lot of times if in my mind I was thinking, let me sit down for 20 minutes and see if I can meditate for this amount of time. If somebody were to come and knock on my door, or if the delivery man came and it made the dog start barking and going crazy, then I would start getting a little bit agitated. I would start thinking, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't the experience that I was hoping to have. I told myself that I was going to do this for 20 minutes. And I would get so tied up in the fact that I was distracted that I wouldn't continue practicing after that point. And sometimes I would actually, to be candid, feel like I may have wasted some time because I was 5 minutes in and I was 10 minutes in and I didn't even get to finish what I was doing. And so I felt like I wasted some of my time. But when I let go of those expectations, sometimes I'm going to go for 20 minutes straight and it's going to be interrupted. Sometimes I'm going to sit down and in 2 minutes I'm going to hear a noise and then I'm going to get back to my meditation practice. And when I started thinking about it in those terms, it made it so much simpler because this is what meditation is about, right? If I wanted no disturbances and I wanted no issues, I would go into the attic. I would go into a closet. You could go into so many different places if you want to guarantee no distractions. But what we're doing in meditation essentially is we're just practicing. This is the practice court. The game is real life. The game is when you are distracted, can you bring yourself back to this present moment? So you could actually learn to be grateful for the little distractions and things that come along while you're trying to meditate because, again, because this is a practice, it's giving you a great opportunity to understand, hey, my mind is drifting. I heard the microwave go off. Now I'm thinking about the microwave. Bring it back. Bring it back to whatever you're choosing to focus on as an anchor, whether it's a specific word or your breath. It just gives you that chance to, in real time, bring it back to your meditation practice. And that way, if it's a great day, if it's not a great day, it's just part of the process. You're not going to brush your teeth and say, hey, I could have brushed my teeth better. I wasn't on my A game, so I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this is something that I even want to do anymore. When you take a shower, you're not going to think about, hey, did I miss a spot? Maybe this shower thing isn't for me. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. No, you know that this is something that's going to benefit you. You know this is something that you need to do. So you just do it day in and day out. Some days are going to be better than others, but nothing's going to stop you from being consistent and doing what you need to do. So I really feel that these are the two suggestions that will really help you. Again, like I said, put that meditation on easy mode. Do not have too high of expectations. Do not have built in expectations on what you're supposed to experience. And be very mindful of our judgments on what's good and what's bad, how you can be better, how you can do better. Just treat yourself with kindness in this process and focus on consistency above else, and you'll be able to build that up over time. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, I would be very grateful if you were to like and subscribe. It just helps me build my audience as I am a new content creator here. And I'll talk to you next time.